Hi there, welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So we're looking into how the blue supermoon is going to affect our Geminis. We have our second supermoon of August, making it the blue moon. The only blue moon in 2023, and this is the closest supermoon, and it's in conjunction with Saturn within the time frame that it's doing its little dance with Saturn. Saturn is also within its few days that is the closest to Earth that it will be this year. So a very just like rare, uh, interesting, auspicious time. Already a really powerful transit with the full moon to make it a super full moon. Blue super full moon in conjunction with Saturn. It's like an onion. It's got so many layers to it. So kind of like Gemini's, right? Like very multifaceted, multidimensional, complex ones. So let's see how this is affecting Gemini specifically. I'll be doing a collective read on my YouTube channel on the 30th, just to look into a deeper look into the energy we're working with, if that's interesting. But right now, so the Four of Water, Moon in Cancer. So you or someone else could have been resisting. I'm getting like hear some sort of truth. It's like you were resisting like taking in something for what it was or having some sort of clarity. It's like turning away, refusing to see something in a clear light and choosing to like see through like rose-colored glasses instead of take in like the truth of the situation, right? Very, very resistant to like see the whole of something, the complexity of something, the depth, like of what was actually going on below the surface, and just wanting to see through this lens that was like more comfortable, more satisfying, like just this more romanticized lens instead of actually seeing the bigger picture and having some sort of clarity. It could be in regards to like work, not wanting to like dig deeper and kind of get to the root of the situation, or not wanting to open up. And it's just like not wanting to like open something up or get something started. It's like if you see like the corruption or like the innate truth around uh, some sort of situation, then it's like like taking this in is it would realizing that something is not what you thought that it was, accepting some sort of truth here. um something that's like not quite fair, or like maybe it's not necessarily it's like the best money or super clean money, so it's like you've been having a hard time seeing this truth, or um clearly seeing something that's like right in front of you. It's like you purposely chosen to kind of turn a blind eye and not like dig deeper and ask those certain questions, or like see like what's really going on below the surface with something, like where something's really coming from, how something's happening, or like really getting done. Or so say it's in a relationship, you're like not questioning your partner, like how they're earning money or like what they're doing on the side, or um not forcing someone to like open up. You're like not digging in and like getting the truth of something, purposely choosing to look at the situation in a way that is easier for you to like emotionally accept. Taking something in as it is like too much for some reason. um so we have Neptune, the hanged one. So what I'm getting is like it's like if there is something sketchy or something weird, it's like choosing to just like accept the situation for what it is, or kind of like surrender to it, or have this attitude of like, well, there's nothing that I can like do about the situation. It's like I don't even want to like get into that, or um yeah, like look into that because there's like nothing that I could do about it. And so then it would just like be too overwhelming or like make me feel bad or something to like see something for what it was. So we have the Five of Water, Mars in Scorpio. So with this card, there's this energy of like overly. So this card has the opposite energy of what I've been talking about. There's this energy of like overly focusing on something that fell apart or didn't work out, or like overly focusing on the negative or the flaws, um, rather than seeing like what's actually good about the situation. So, some sort of specific situation could happen that creates some sort of disrupt here or causes some aspect or element of something around you to kind of fall apart. And it forces you to look at the situation or address it. It's like whatever you were refusing to take in, then now some sort of chaos is like it causes, it's like there was some sort of, it was like a smaller truth that you were refusing to accept, but now it's manifested into like a much bigger situation and it's affected like a lot more aspects or elements of your life, or yeah, it's like jamming up other aspects of your life, or it's just like trickling in or like filtering into like other areas of your life now. And so you're being forced to not only look at like whatever you were avoiding, but also like the other things that it's affecting and causing you to, it's like forcing you to have the opposite energy of what you had before, of just like, okay, well, I just have to surrender to this, or I just have to learn to accept something, or I just have to deal with it because there's nothing I can do about it. And being forced to like, now it's affecting like other areas of your life or other aspects of your life, so you have no choice but to like go in and like overly focus on it and like give a lot of time to the situation, or just like a lot of focus and put in a lot of work to create some sort of change, and like turn something around because it's like no longer working, or it's no longer benefiting you. You can no longer function the same of just having this energy of just like, okay, it is what it is, there's nothing I can do about the situation. So we have the Strength here. So it's like one is like, what I'm getting is finally having the strength, or like finally having the heart to be able to see the truth about something, whatever you were resisting like taking in here. It's like finally being able to see the true nature of the situation, um like the truth about whatever's going on gone beneath the surface, one. And then two, realizing that you do have the potential to like make some sort of shift or make some sort of change now that this is like really negatively affecting you, or it has been, and now you're like seeing it. But it's like, because we have the heart here behind, so it's like realizing that if you are, whatever you're dealing with here, you want to approach it or kind of like deal with it, if you will, in a way that's very loving and caring and compassionate. um Whatever you were resisting to see here, it's like obviously this is something that's really close to your heart and something that you really care about. So you still want to like approach, handle, or deal with the situation in a compassionate way or in a kind way, or communicate in a kind and empathetic way, even though you could be kind of like at your wits' end, or like by the time this, whatever this like, so maybe that's going to be like the full moon is will like illuminate something or highlight something, or just then create, will stem into like chaos in other areas of your life, or starts to impact or affect other areas or jam up other areas in your life. So this could already be happening, or maybe this is coming. So um once this all bubbles up or starts to come to the surface and you start to look at things more realistically, you could, like I said, get to your wits' end or kind of like lose your patience really quickly, because you've been so patient for so long, or you've just been in this energy of like, well, I just have to like make do, or make the best of it, or just like deal with things for so long that now it's like, don't then get like explosive and like go like swing the other way. It's like, yeah, listen to like your heart, or like remember like how sensitive the situation is, or like how close to your heart it is, or how sensitive the other person involved, or it's like reaching out. You're going to get through to someone better if you have a more like loving touch or like approach to the situation, if you come like more from like more of a tender place, the other person is more likely to like see you or hear you, or you're more likely to create the change that you want in the situation if you approach it in a more like loving and compassionate way, where you're willing to like understand and empathize with the other person, but no longer doing it like to a fault to where you're like wearing those rose colored glasses, but it's more just like creating like a safe space for the other person involved to like see something that needs to be seen and also like make some sort of change, or it's like helping everyone involved to like see something in a clear light, or like focus on what needs to be focused on in order to create more positive healthy change like all around, is like the best approach, or the best way that you're going to like get through to someone or like reach them is going to be like with like a loving and tender touch, or just like yeah, remembering like how sensitive you or the other person involved in the situation is. Um, so we have reflection pond. Mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected onto you. You're seeing your reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. Yeah. So yeah, that's why spirit is definitely reminding you to just like be gentle and compassionate with the situation. I'm going to read that again because I like messed that up a lot. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected onto you. You're seeing your reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. And when I picked this up, I also picked up mountaintop balance. Carrying the burdens has made you wary as you traveled up the mountain of responsibility. You have the choice to view your life from a higher perspective. When you let go of control, delegate responsibly, and focus on things that hold value, life feels more balanced. So, that's our bottom of the deck energy. You got fences and flowers. Boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally is needed. So, yeah, it's like once you see the situation in a more clear light, it's going to be very obvious here what you need to do, right? And the boundaries that do need to be made. But spirit is just reminding you that, again, you and the other person are kind of like mirroring you in a way. And so these boundaries are necessary in the situation, but it's also like for yourself. Like you need to set these boundaries like within yourself too. And then try to like remain really respectful and caring to the other person, or like treat the other person how you would want them to treat you if they were in the position of having to like set boundaries with you, right? Like how you would want someone to approach you, or the type of like love and care that you would hope that someone would have with you if they were finally like at their wits end, or like done with your ish, if you will. Yeah, the spirit is just kind of giving you that reminder. So get one more card for you guys. So spiritual cleansing and earth. So I'm going to read both of those for you. It is time for a spiritual cleansing of the body, mind, or spaces in which you reside. There is an imbalance, stuck energy, or heaviness in your environment that needs to be released before you proceed further. So don't be afraid to take in like the knowledge and the guidance that spirit has for you. It can feel really uncomfortable, and sometimes we would rather see the world through the lens that makes us feel more secure and validated out in the world, or just our space within it. But allowing spirit to reveal to us the truth of the things around us and ourselves can be really beautiful. There's a lot of healing in that. So, the tangible world and all that is physical in nature, what you can see, feel, and touch, invites you to participate and enjoy it. Inviting earth energy into your current situation will bring more stability at this time. Be kind to this temple of a physical body that is the home for your soul. It requires adequate nutrition and rest. Meditate on this symbol when you want more of a connection to the physical plane and validation of all that is here in the three-dimensional world with you. Honor it, see it, feel it, experience it, and love it with respect. So I'll get one more. Just fill in one more card for you guys. We have honoring your energy and emotional release. So I'm going to read both of those for you to close out our reading here. We all have those days when we are disinclined to do anything. We try all sorts of mental tricks to talk ourselves into doing what we should be doing. Does this ever work? No. We end up feeling guilty, a very low vibration, for not getting anything done, which causes us to try twice as hard the next day, which causes us to get overwhelmed and exhausted, which then leads to becoming caught up in a vicious cycle. Your body has rhythms just as everything else on this earth does. Flowers, trees, plants, and the elements, the tides ebb and flow, the sun and moon rise and set, animals hibernate, and flowers grow, bloom, and go dormant. You need to listen to the inherent cycles within you. Rest when you need to, work when you need to. Do not try to outthink the natural rhythms. Go easy on yourself and reserve judgment. You are your own harshest critic. Kind of looks like a person being reflected right now. I have a candle on my table and it's getting kind of dark. That's kind of crazy. I just see like a man sitting there or something being reflected. Okay, don't judge me. Don't think I'm crazy, y'all. Okay. So, yeah, see, it doesn't necessarily look like that on this card. Okay. We all want to be strong. As humans, we value strength and independence, but also as humans, we need the support of our family, friends, and our tribe. Trying so hard to be strong, pushing down emotions such as fear, anger, betrayal, sadness, only forces them to grow and become stronger. The bubbling up and release that eventually comes takes everyone involved by surprise and sometimes does harm in terms of hurt feelings and words that cannot be taken back. Get into the practice of voicing your feelings, even if it's just acknowledging them to yourself. Journal, create, dance, find a way you can safely feel your emotions. Find a way you can safely feel your feared emotions. Feel them and then let them go. This is a potentially deep healing for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm struggling to read in this pile. But definitely at one time, you were in this energy of like, okay, there's nothing I can do about this. I just have to surrender to this. I just have to deal with it. It is what it is. And it's like spirit or the universe could be just making you so uncomfortable that you like wake up and realize, okay, actually, maybe there is some wisdom around me or some wisdom in being willing to see reality for what it is or see some sort of truth. So, sending you guys lots of love and thank you so much if you watched this far. Our Geminis, hope you have a great night.